Today will be reacting to his story. I don't have like camera or anything, so I'm doing it from my phone. So let's do. Let's do some shorts. First one. Wait. Perfect.
I had always wanted to be on the Jumbotron at a pro soccer game, but now it was happening for all the wrong reasons.
Okay, why?
The team's two biggest stars and a referee were
Oh my god, how is that referee? That. How can you even be a referee?
discussed. The rules clearly state no flash photography, and you snapped a picture at the exact moment this player took his shot. You blinded me, and I missed, and the flash...
Who said anything blinded? How do you even know who... I have so many questions. How do you even know that he was there? He was there if he's blind. Okay, he's probably lying.
When I was in shock. These were some of my heroes telling me I'd ruined their game. It was then I realized that they weren't the only ones watching. My face was up on the Jumbotron, which meant the entire stadium, hell, the entire world watching on TV was looking at me as well. The referee pulled me up by my collar and said, the team will get a redo on their penalty kick, and since their goalie just got ejected, you're going to stand in for him. What? Me? Are you kidding? I've only ever played youth league soccer. Then boos started erupting from the crowd. If I didn't at least try, then I'd probably be torn apart by angry football fans anyway. I put on a jersey and stood under the goal. I was shaking almost too hard to stand. The opposing player lined up his
Aren't you strong? Why are you shaking?
Almost stood still. He kicked the ball and it sliced a path through the air. It was making a beeline toward me. I tried to react, but like it had my whole life, my body refused.
What do you have to pause like that?
The ball seemed to accelerate somehow as it got close, but still I couldn't move. I could feel the sonic boom coming off the ball before I felt its impact. The ball hit me directly between the eyes and then ricocheted into the crowd. I lost consciousness, but woke up at the most luxurious after party I had ever seen. The team coach...
That was a dream. That was a dream.
Great job out there. He threw a jersey at me. Get well soon. You start for the
Is
team.
that a dream that we created? I will be rating these if that right now. So I'll give it like, I didn't understand what they're saying. A little bit, but a little bit. So I give it like a 7 out of 10. So let's go to the next one.
I was on a field trip.
Reacting to they thought I was a doctor. Okay. Why are you having a beard this time? Like, are you old man? Look at him. He doesn't have a beard. It makes no sense.
I was on a field trip with my class at the local hospital when I was pulled into another room and handed 2 syringes with different colors.
Huh? He doesn't even look like a doctor. He doesn't even have like the clothes.
I was already 6 feet 4 with a scraggly beard, which is why I guess I had been confused for another doctor. I froze in shock for only a second. She's flatlining. Figure out what's wrong with her and give her the correct antidote. I looked down at the woman on the stretcher.
He doesn't even know how to be. I don't even know how to be a doctor anyway.
Just then, a man and 2 children entered. Oh no, please, you have to save my wife. A nurse looked at me and said, we can't figure out what's wrong with her. One of those needles will bring her back, but the wrong one will stop her heart for good. We need your expertise to pick the right one. The panic I felt was white hot, but I had to act. I raised the needle in my left hand and prepared to inject it. I brought my hand down, but just before I broke the skin, a gut feeling told me to switch. So instead, I brought the other needle.
You gonna make him die! He doesn't even know. You look like you're going to a football. I'm going to be a goalkeeper.
Mommy, you're okay. Her family ran to her side.
How does that even look like your mom? Did she adopt you? He doesn't have the same skin color. Like, look. She's black and the family is white. Like, okay, whatever. How did she give birth to? I don't know. So, whatever. Continue the video.
Breath. I'm alive, she said, coughing up. Doctor, you did it. I'm no doctor, I said, putting on sunglasses. Just a kid with the greatest instincts on planet Earth. I was on a field trip with my...
I like that, and I understand it. So, I will give it a 8 out of 10. So let's go to the next one. This one said the Kerbal, I think it's a snake name. This got him. Okay, wait. Let's start. And he's already live right now, so it wasn't live.
zoo snake show when the cobra lunged and bit the volunteer's hand, and his smile dropped into a scream. I immediately stood up because I'm a zoologist and knew he had 30 minutes before the venom stopped his heart. A woman recording screamed, "That's my husband! Someone help him!" with her 2 kids crying.
Why even recording? Like, are you gonna show it to the internet? Okay, whatever.
Her legs. The zoo handler panicked and started tying a belt above the bike to save him, but I shoved through the crowd.
What did that make it worse?
Call an ambulance and don't move him. Every face turned to me like I was insane, but I knew if they
Yeah,
didn't
you
listen to
are.
me soon, they'd kill him. If you move him, the venom reaches his heart faster. He needs to stay still until the medics arrive. But the handler shoved me back, flashing his badge. "Shut up! I'm trained for this. Step away now." The crowd sided with him, and I watched him yank the belt tighter as the husband's fingers turned purple, every second pumping venom straight to his heart. So I dropped to my knees beside the volunteer and begged him to lie still, but he was staring at his kids. "I need to get to my kids." He started crawling toward them.
Well, did you listen to him?
So I held him down, and the wife screamed, "He's trying to kill my husband." Then
No,
the
he's
handler
not. He's
ripped me
saving,
off, and
like,
the husband dragged
this
himself
trust.
across the concrete toward his kids. But halfway there, his arms buckled and his eyelids started drooping shut, and my blood ran cold
Whatever. Why'd I pause it?
because I knew he only had seconds left. So I swung and knocked the handler flat, then threw myself over the husband and pinned him down so he'd stop moving. The wife clawed at my back, screaming for someone to pull me off, but I kept my weight on him. His breaths were getting shorter under me, and I didn't know if he'd make it. Then tires screeched, and 2 paramedics shoved through the crowd. One took one look at me and yelled, "Yes, keep him still." The whole crowd went quiet as they looked at the handler with disgust. The paramedics pushed the anti-venom in, but he shook his head. "He's going to lose the arm because of the belt. You saved his life by not letting him move." The wife sank down beside me. "I'm so sorry," as his kids ran into his arms. He almost died trying to reach them. Now he finally could. I was watching.
Anyway, that video was pretty good. And how did his story became a doc? How did his story became a goalkeeper, then a doctor, then an archaeologist, whatever he said. So that makes no sense. Every video, he's different. I'll give that video a. He's very popular. This ginger hair, whatever, with a rare condition. I don't know. It has two different color eyes. I don't know. How is that even possible? And if you want me to react to another one, it's her story. Well, I just know her name. I didn't know anyone else. And anyway, I'll give that video an 8.5 out of 10. Let's go. Keep going. This next one's called "I Couldn't Control My Left Arm." I don't know what this is. Let's do it.
My teacher told me to stay back after class to discuss my behavior issues, so I immediately slapped her across the face.
Huh? Why do you go slap her? How do you slap her that hard to make her fall? Like, is she that weak? Is she that weak? Anyway, yeah, whatever. Let's go.
She fell to the floor, and I covered my mouth in horror. "I'm sorry, miss. I can't control it. You see,
What do you
I
mean?
had surgery as a kid. Doctors separated the right and left sides of my brain to treat my epilepsy, but it left me with a rogue left arm, meaning I physically couldn't control it, and it did things on its own without me wanting to." My teacher yelled
Ooh,
to the
that's
principal's
bad.
office, "Now," and dragged me while I screamed it was my rogue limb. The principal sighed. "I already called your mom. You can't keep being violent because of this made-up condition." But I punched him in the face before he finished his sentence. He clutched his...
Oh my god, that was super hard. How did he punch that hard? He's definitely going to get expelled. Yeah. Well, how did they go not believe him? But, yeah.
And I instantly grabbed the school trophy off his desk and hurled it at his head. He fell and screamed, "I'm calling the cops," while I cried and begged them to believe I couldn't control it. But then my left arm reached for the principal's prized paintball gun. He hung it behind a glass. It was the last thing his father left him.
That's it? A pen gun?
The glass shattered, and I grabbed the paintball gun and aimed it at him. My teacher lunged to snatch it from me, but I shoved her to the ground and started going Rambo on my principal with his own father's paintball gun. I wrestled the gun away with my right arm, but that's when my teacher tackled me. Tears ran from my face as I begged them to believe me, but they yelled, "You're going to prison." And officer
Huh?
walked in
That's
and
for
saw the
that?
principal covered in paintball and bruises on his face. But I felt
Prison
my
is
left arm
like when
instantly
you're like
curl into a fist.
someone.
The principal screamed, "This boy is violent. He destroyed property and assaulted me." The cop went to ask me if this was true, and in response, my left arm punched him square in the jaw. He dropped, and I screamed, "No," because I knew assaulting an officer meant my was cooked. The cop got up and immediately pulled out handcuffs. I started crying as he put my hands behind my back.
Ooh. Help!
But this actually stopped me from being able to correct walked out without another word. The principal and teacher went red, and that's when my left arm rose up and gave them the middle finger. My teacher told me to...
I like that. I like that video. I like that video. Yes. And I'll give that 8, 9, 10. Okay, whatever. Let's pick another video. This next one is I subscribe for good luck. Okay, who you subscribe to? Let's see.
Shot up to snooze my annoying
That's so
alarm
annoying.
for the 10th time that morning when I looked at the clock and suddenly realized my math final was
Ooh,
about to
no.
start in 10 minutes. I thought I was screwed until a His Stories video notification popped up. The caption read, "Subscribe and something good will..."
Huh? That makes no sense. He's his story and he subscribed to his story. Okay, that makes no sense. Like, how do you do it? I can't subscribe to my own channel. It won't let me. How do you do that? Is it really not his story? Is it a faker? Maybe. Okay, whatever. Go on.
I laughed, why not, and subscribed. I immediately ran outside.
Subscribe to yourself, really.
If I took my regular route, I'd be cooked. I looked around at the roofs and knew parkour was my only chance. I climbed up the nearest ladder and made it to the top of the roof. Okay, His Stories, pull through for me. I stared at the rooftop gap and jumped, but it took all my strength to actually land. And when I stood back up, my knees were already bleeding. But I crouched into a lunge and got ready to keep going, because if I missed the final, my mom would kill me anyway. I ran at the next gap, and this time I cleared 2 rooftops and started laughing like an idiot because I just discovered a cheat code. And 60 seconds later,
That's not good.
I finally landed on the school building. I walked into the classroom, and I should have just sat down and started writing. But my thumb was already making one more account because I had to subscribing to His Stories again was new. As soon as I hit the subscribe button, the intercom crackled. "Attention students, a pipe burst over the closed today. My classmates possible. I showed them my phone. It's all thanks to whoever subscribes to me. Subscribe and find out for yourself." I shot up to
Ooh, that was really good. I like that. I like that video. I'll give that a 9.5 out of 10. Who can go higher than that? He's the biggest creator on YouTube. I see him everywhere. Like, every video. Like, you should subscribe to his story. He's actually a really good creator. So, yeah, subscribe to his story. His story. This next one's called Karen called 911 over a BBQ. Okay, let's see what he's talking about.
I was eating hot dogs.
Ooh, that hot dog looks delicious. I want to buy it. Give me a bite.
During the first calm day in months, when we got a call from a woman panicking, "There's a massive fire with children in danger. Please come now." I instantly dropped my food, and me and my crew drove
That's
over
good.
ready to
I mean,
rescue
that's bad.
the But when we pulled in, we saw 4 teenagers grilling a small barbecue in their yard.
No wonder they do.
Pranked at first, but then a middle-aged woman frantically ran over. "That's them. They're gonna burn my house down and..."
How's he go? How is she going to? How is 4 teenagers going to burn their house? They're literally just minding their own business. And annoying Karen called the police for no reason. No, called the fire department for no reason. Yeah.
Boys calmly flipping their hot dogs. "Ma'am, called the fire brigade for a barbecue. We can press charges for wasting our time." I started climbing back into my truck, but she physically grabbed my hand and pointed at the smoke rising from the grill. "Those kids are like 9. They can't be around fire." I sighed and slowly walked over. "How old are you guys?" "We're 18. Me and my dad go camping every month."
18? That's basically an adult. He can cook. What is the Karen talking about?
"I can't stop legal-aged adults from having a barbecue, ma'am. Plus, their hot dogs look perfectly grilled." But this time, Karen didn't say a word. She sprinted to our truck and ripped
What are you
the
doing?
hose off the side. She aimed it at the barbecue, and my stomach instantly dropped. Two trained firefighters could barely control this hose. Me and my crew ran to stop her, but she was already smashing the trigger. But no water was coming out because the water...
Yeah, yeah, genius.
She kept pressing. We were inches away from her when suddenly I got an idea. No! I quickly stopped my crew and whispered to let her continue. Everyone looked confused until I pointed at her looking straight into the nozzle. This fire department is too cheap to even get a working hose. I'm reporting this, she yelled while the kids laughed at her. That's when I snuck around the truck and twisted the valve right as she pressed the trigger. 20 gallons of water instantly shot at her face, hitting her at 50 miles per hour. The force sent her flying back as she hit the ground, and I instantly closed the valve. Laughing my off so hard I dropped to the floor. She lay there, still delirious about what planet she was on, looking just as soaked as she was stupid. I slowly got back in the truck, still laughing, and that's when the teenagers ran over with a plate of hot dogs. Thanks for dealing with her.
Oh, that hot dog looks good. Okay. Oh my god. How's he a firefighter now? One video he's I forgot. And the first one, he's the goalkeeper. The second one, he's a doctor. And why is he different names? I'll give that video a 10 out of 10. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, this next one might be good because it said my tracker did 130 miles per hour. Let's see what it's about.
Died in the middle of an empty road while there was nobody around. So I simply looked down and cranked the ignition until my tractor came back to life. But then red and blue lights immediately lit up behind me.
What did you do?
My window, red in the face, shouting, "Why were you going 130 miles per hour?"
How can a tractor go 130 miles per hour? That makes no sense.
I laughed at first and pointed to my tractor's speedometer. "Officer, this thing tops out at 40. But he pulled out a speed camera that takes your photo and measures your speed. It showed me in my tractor 130 miles per hour underneath in red. My stomach dropped. "Your thing is broken. Look at what I'm driving." But he shook his head and slid the camera back into his belt. The camera doesn't lie. He yanked my door open and dragged me down onto the road. I stumbled as he spun me around and clicked the cuffs around my wrists. I screamed. I wasn't speeding. I'm driving a 40-year-old tractor, but he was already pinning me against the
Real.
That's when I heard an engine rumble behind us. A guy on a superbike yanked off his helmet. "What's going on here?" The officer replied, "None of your business." But the biker calmly asked,
That's
"Are you
business.
arresting him for going 130? The officer's face shifted. "How do you know?"
You know that.
The biker pointed at the officer's dash cam on his windshield. "Because I know what actually happened. Check the footage." The officer huffed and ripped the dash cam off the mount with me still cuffed beside him. The three of us watched me in my tractor, hunched over, cranking my ignition. That's when a superbike drove past me in the video. The same superbike this biker was on. It had driven so fast, the speed camera couldn't photograph it in time. It clocked the speed of the bike.
Gosh, it looks like a dot.
So it looked like I was the one going 130. The officer failed. He realized I was innocent. The biker shrugged. I turned around when I saw him over. I can't let it be blamed for something I did. The officer fumbled the cuffs off my wrists and spun toward the biker. "I admire your honesty, but you were speeding. Put your hands behind your back." But the biker...
Nah.
"Catch me if you can, buddy." He threw up 2 fingers and sped off before the officer could take a single step. My engine...
That video was so good. It's funny, hilarious, and kind of silly at the same time. I like it. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. And that's all for today. And make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want me to do a part 2, yeah, part 2 it is. So, bye. Peace.